My name is Frederic Chiu. I'm a concert pianist. I was here at IU in the early 80s, studying piano, but also studying computer science. And this was a great place to do that. There's so many diverse backgrounds, people here, not just in the music school, but in all the schools. I think being a classical musician today, you have to be entrepreneurial. We're dealing with something that's been around for such a long time. People who know it really know it. People who don't know it, obviously they don't have to know it because they've lived their life without it. And yet I feel like it's so important to have music, and this very special classical music, be part of everybody's life. And so you have to find ideas. You have to look for ways. My wife is an innovation consultant, and one of the things that she says is that you have lots of ideas, but those aren't innovations. Innovations have to be realized. They have to be fulfilled. You have to do things to get a product and get it out there to people. And I really think that's true. And then in terms of being entrepreneurial, you have to be able to do more than just practice and play well. And that's something I learned when I first went to Paris. I spent a number of months, my very first 7 months in Paris, I had no piano. I didn't even have a kitchen and a bathroom. I just had literally a flat place to put a mattress and sleep. And of course in Paris, you're walking around and eating baguettes and drinking wine, and it's great. So you don't miss some of the stuff. But I did miss being able to practice 4 or 5 hours a day, which was my routine up until then. And I developed a new way to work. I developed a way where I wasn't tied to the instrument. I was free to move around. I was free to do mental practicing when I was able to do that. And I think that was very, very important. That was kind of a key development for me because it allowed me to go out into the world. It allowed me to get out of the studio. It forced me to meet people. It forced me to interact. It forced me to think about how other people live and not just me as a pianist in the practice room. Collaboration is kind of this big buzzword today in schools and business. Everybody is trying to find collaborative people, to create collaborative techniques. And there are certainly positive things about collaboration, the combination of different skills coming together, but there are difficult things about collaboration as well. There's something to be said for individual, private work. And certainly I wouldn't be here if I had not done my individual private work in my studio. But I think that once you've defined your character, once you've defined your work, your philosophy, then you go out there and you bump up against other people who are like that as well. And Yo-Yo Ma talks about this, where the frontiers of two very distinct worlds touch each other. That place where things pass back and forth from one to another. That's where the real incredible creativity comes about. I think back on my career and I've been very happy with how it's gone. And I would not have been able to tell you, do this and this and this to create that path because I didn't know myself. But I was open to exploring different things. And I think that for someone coming out of school now, it's a very exciting time to be in this era with all the technology and all the facility to create things. It's incredibly exciting. At the same time, it's kind of scary because everybody has those tools to use, and so everybody's kind of competing at a higher level. I think one of the most important things that in my life, in terms of my career, was to be with people who were not musicians. One of the first interactions I had with my wife, she showed me a spreadsheet of sales for this big chemical company, and she was working on this strategy project as a consultant. And I looked at this spreadsheet and I was like, wow, this is incredible. It attracted my math side. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. And I started looking at the numbers. And then I realized that all the sales numbers actually had 3 zeros taken away. So we were talking about millions and even billions and not thousands, you know, and to have classical music world confronting that kind of world was an incredible revelation to me. I learned so much by looking at that spreadsheet, which is silly, but it made my playing better. It made my ideas bigger. And I think that that's really what, you know, you have to look for. You have to look for non-musicians. You have to be out there, put yourself in that world, get excited about their world, get them excited about yours.